Hello students, I hope you are fine at your place. So, in continuation with our previous video of capital structure, today we are going to discuss the patterns and forms of capital structure, what is an optimum capital structure, its importance, and how to get EPS, that is earning per share. So, our first topic is patterns and forms of capital structure. It basically means the capital structure of any new company may consist of any of these forms, or it may include any of these patterns. That is, first is complete equity share capital. It means that any company can invest 100% in equity shares only. Second point is different proportions of equity and preference share capitals. Any company can invest 50% in equity share capital or 50% in preference share capital, or in any other proportion like 40% in equity and 60% in preference share capital, or 40% in preference share capital or 60% in equity, and so on. Our third point is different proportions of equity and debentures, that is debt capital. Yes, the company can invest in different proportions, in different percentages, some amount in equity and some amount in debentures. And our last proportion is a company can invest or finance in long-term debentures, preference shares and equities in different proportions, that is in all of these. Okay, I hope this pattern is clear. The company can follow any of these patterns and any of these percentages, which they'll find an optimum capital structure for them. Now, what is optimum capital structure? Optimum capital structure is the capital structure at which the market value per share is maximum and the cost of capital is minimum. Market value per share is the value of the firm. When the market value of any firm or share in which it is investing is maximum and the cost of capital is minimum, that particular share or that particular proportion in capital structure is an optimum capital structure for any firm. Now, what is the cost of capital? The cost of capital of any firm is the minimum rate of return which is expected by its investors, whether they are shareholders, whether they are preference shareholders or equity shareholders, whether they are debtors, and so on. I hope this is clear. When will mix the debt, equity, preference share in such a proportion, or will form such a mix of those percentages or shares which will make the company's value maximum and its cost of capital, that is weighted average cost of capital of equity shares, preference shares or debts in which company is investing minimum, is an optimum capital structure for that firm. Now we'll come to our next topic, that is importance of capital structure. To judge the importance of any capital structure, we should know what is financial leverage or trading on equity. Now, what is financial leverage and trading on equity? Financial leverage is an ability of a firm to use fixed financial charges to magnify the effects of changes in EBIT on the firm's earning per share. Now, what is EBIT? Financial leverage is ability of a firm to use fixed financial charges, to magnify the effect of changes in EBIT. EBIT is earning before interest and taxes on firm's earning per share, that is EPS. In other words, we can say financial leverage may be defined as the payment of fixed rate of interest for the use of fixed interest bearing securities to magnify the rate of return as equity shares. Now understand what a financial leverage is. with the help of an example. Leverage is basically a type of borrowings or a financing decision in which a firm can invest in any type of resource or any type of long-term fixed interest bearing debt. Here we are having an example. ABC company has currently an all equity capital structure consisting of 15,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each. एक कंपनी है whose name is ABC. उसने क्या किया, उसने डिसाइड किया कि वो जितनी भी कैपिटल स्ट्रक्चर फॉर्म कर रही है वो सारी की सारी इन्वेस्टमेंट इक्विटीज़ में करेगी. तो उसके जो इक्विटी शेयर्स हैं वो कंसिस्ट करते हैं 15,000 इक्विटी शेयर्स ऑफ रुपीज़ 100 ईच. दैट इज ऑफ 15 lakh rupees. The management is planning to raise another 25 lakh to finance a major program of expansion and is considering 3 alternative methods of financing. Company has already invested 15 lakh rupees, that is 15,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each. And now for further expansion, the company has decided to raise 25 lakh rupees as a finance. So which method or which form and pattern does the company choose? As we have studied in the first slide, there are different forms and patterns in which a company can make out its capital structure. So here first option is, as it is 25 lakh, the company can further decide to invest in equity shares. That is, it can invest or issue 25,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, right? That is 25 lakh rupees fully in equity shares. What the company can decide? The company can issue 25,000 8% debentures of rupees 100 each. Okay. Third, what a company can do? Company can issue 25,000 8% preference shares of rupees 100 each. Here you can see, to issue 25,000 equity shares of 100 each, company is fully investing or issuing only equity shares. In second proportion or second alternative, we have to decide to invest in debentures, that is 25,000 of rupees 100 each, that is 25 lakhs. And third, we are having an alternative option to invest or issue preference shares of rupees 25,000 of rupees 100 each. Now we have to decide out of these three alternatives. हमारे पास 3 ऑप्शंस हैं 25 लाख रुपीस को इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए. या तो हम फुली इक्विटी शेयर्स में लगा दें, या डिबेंचर्स में लगा दें, या प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स में लगा दें. तो हम किसको चूज़ करना पसंद करेंगे? तो उसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं, बेस्ट ऑल्टरनेटिव चूज़ करने के लिए हम जो है EPS कैलकुलेट करते हैं. EPS इज कॉल्ड अर्निंग पर शेयर. ठीक है. जो हमारी फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज होती है वो टोटल अर्निंग्स फर्म की अफेक्ट नहीं करती, वो सिर्फ शेयर होल्डर्स की अर्निंग को अफेक्ट करती हैं. तो हम ये कंक्लूड कर सकते हैं यहाँ से कि इन तीनों ऑल्टरनेटिव्स में से जिसकी भी EPS, दैट इज़ अर्निंग पर शेयर, जिसमें भी शेयर होल्डर को पर शेयर पे ज़्यादा बेनिफिट होगा, वही जो है कंपनी के लिए बेस्ट ऑल्टरनेटिव होगा. ठीक है. The company's expected earnings before interest and taxes will be 8 lakh. Assuming a corporate tax rate of 50%, determine the earning per share in each alternative and comment which alternative is best and why. Here we are given EBIT. Now there is a procedure for calculating EPS, earning per share, what it is. Here you can see earnings before interest and taxes for all the alternatives is rupees 8 lakhs. These amounts are in lakhs. Okay. So here we have mentioned that our earnings before interest and taxes will be 8 lakhs for all the alternatives. Right. So here we can see earnings before interest and taxes for alternative 1 when we are financing completely in equity is 8 lakh. Alternative 2 when we are financing in debt is 8 lakh. Alternative 3 when we are financing in preference shares, it's also 8 lakh. Now it's earning before interest and taxes. To get earning after interest but before tax, we have to subtract interest amount. So out of all these three finances, इक्विटी पे हमें इंटरेस्ट मिलता है नहीं, सिर्फ डेट पे मिलता है हमें इंटरेस्ट. सो डेट पे हमें इंटरेस्ट मिला है 2, दैट इज 2 लाख रुपीज़ का. कैसे कैलकुलेट किया है ये 2 लाख रुपीज़? हमने क्या किया था, हमने इशू किए थे अपने डिबेंचर्स 25,000 के 100 रुपीज़ ईच के 8% का इंटरेस्ट है यहाँ पे इशू किया हुआ है. सो दैट इज़ हमने डिबेंचर्स के लिए कितने इशू किए, 25 लाख रुपीज़, दैट इज़ 25,000 इंटू 100. ओके, दैट इज़ 25 लाख. उसका 8% कैलकुलेट किया जो कि हमारे पास इंटरेस्ट है. तो 25 लाख का 8% इज़ 2 लाख. सो हियर इट इज़ 2 लाख. How this is 2 lakh? 25,000 into 100, that is 25 lakh. का 8%. I hope this is clear. We'll get 2 lakh as our interest amount for the debentures. Preference shares is our third alternative. So we can see that preference shares पे हमें जो है इंटरेस्ट नहीं मिलता. प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स पे हमें क्या मिलता है, डिविडेंड मिलता है. किससे पहले, शेयर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स से पहले. तो विल नॉट कंसिडर दैट, उसमें से भी इंटरेस्ट माइनस नहीं होगा. सो आफ्टर डिडक्टिंग द इंटरेस्ट फ्रॉम द डेट फाइनेंसिंग, दैट इज फ्रॉम आवर सेकेंड ऑल्टरनेटिव, विल गेट अर्निंग आफ्टर इंटरेस्ट बट बिफोर टैक्स. दैट इज इक्विटी पे हमें कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं डिडक्ट हुआ, सो इट विल बी 8 लाख. Debt financing pay, we have deducted an interest of rupees 2 lakh, so it comes down to 6 lakh. And in our third alternative, in preference shares, it's earning after interest but before taxes, as same as before, EBIT, that is 8 lakh. We are having EBIT, will deduct the interest from the debt financing only, because we'll get the interest on debt financing only. It's so simple. So we'll get earning after interest but before tax. Okay, after this, to get earning after taxes, we'll have to deduct tax rate. So here in this question, you can see that a corporate tax rate of 50% is given. Okay, so we'll deduct 50% tax. 8 lakhs का 50% is 4 lakh, so we'll deduct 4 lakh. 6 lakhs 50% is 3 lakh, so we'll deduct this 3 lakh as our tax. And again 8 lakhs 50% is 4 lakh, so we'll deduct this amount of 4 lakh. Then we'll get earning after tax, that is 8 lakh minus 4 lakh is 4 lakh. 6 lakhs minus 3 lakh is 3 lakh. 8 lakhs minus 4 lakhs is 4 lakhs. After getting earnings after tax, now we'll have to give what, dividends. So we'll have to deduct preference dividend, because before equity shareholders will have to pay dividends to the preference shareholders. That is why we are deducting the dividend for the preference shareholders first. Okay, so equity shareholders को dividends नहीं मिलेंगे, so we'll left it out. डिबेंचर होल्डर्स को इंटरेस्ट मिल चुका है पहले ही. एंड नाउ विल कम टू प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स. प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स वी आर हैविंग 25,000 preference shares of rupees 100 each. Here you can see their dividend rate is 8%. So similarly, as we have calculated the interest rate for the debt financing, we'll calculate the preference shares dividend for the alternative 3, that is 25,000 into 100 into 8%, so it's 2 lakh. So we'll deduct the dividend, that is preference dividend of 2 lakh. So this is the earnings which is available to the equity shareholders after deducting the interest and the preference shareholders, which is 4 lakh in case of alternative 1. In case of alternative 2, it is 3 lakh. In case of alternative 3, it is 2 lakh. Okay, these are the earnings which are available to the equity shareholders